Last night, Another Soldier by Andy McNAb.
It's gonna be another long night. The Taliban ain't giving up these poppy fields as easy as we thought. We're in Afghanistan, in the green zone. It's where the local lads grow maize and poppy all along the Helmand River. Sergeant Mackenzie told us Afghanistan supplies 90% of the world's heroin and makes the Taliban shed loads of money, so we got to stop it. Clear, hold and build is what the Americans want us to do. Kick the Taliban out of the area, take control, then maybe the farmers won't have to grow poppies. Good plan. But the thing is, Mackenzie forgot to tell the Taliban. They just keep on coming out of the maize fields attacking us. This is my first ever contact. I'm 18, been here 3 weeks, and I haven't seen a single tally yet. It's so dark, and the maize is so thick. All I can see is the muzzle flash of their weapons pointing towards me when they fire, and that they are getting closer and closer. Close enough to spit at.
RPG!
It's a nightmare, but I ain't scared. I've got an SA-80 rifle, and I've got mates.
Briggsy! They're closing in on the left. They're nearly on top of us. Move up on the parapet. Go!
Got it, Toki! I see him!
Si, Flash! Get up there with him now!
Mate, where are they? I can't see Jack. Where are they? There! Look, half left!
That's Si. He's only 19 and already married to some Polish bird. I think he's from near Liverpool somewhere because he sounds like the curly-haired geezer in Hollyoaks.
Keep switched on, Briggsy lad. They're trying to take one of us alive. Toki! They're getting closer! Toki, we need more ammo! More ammo!
And that's Flash. He's called Flash because he ain't. He's really old. Even older than my mum, I think. He's in the TA, you know, a part-time soldier. He comes from way up north where the big Nissan factory is. They made him redundant and then he lost his house. So, with a wife and 2 boys older than me, he's out here aggressive camping with us lot to pay the bills.
Stand your ground! John's coming with the ammo! It's coming!
That's Toki. He's our corporal. There's lots of Fijians in the battalion. It's hard to understand them at first, but you get used to it. I like him best.
I got it! It's coming!
John's the other one in our fire team. He's a good laugh. And I found out yesterday he lives near me in Peckham.
Briggsy, to your left!
Stop it! Stop it!
John! Man down! Man down! It's John!
Get that weapon firing, Briggsy! Cover us! Si, Flash, with me! Help John!
Keep screaming, John! Keep screaming, mate! Means you're still breathing! That means you're still winning!
Confirm your casualty state.
Confirm, it's a T1 casualty, Tango 1. Need Mert now. We are losing him. Over.
Roger that, T1. Medical emergency response team are airborne. Good luck. Wait out.
Mate, won't feel a thing soon. Mate's coming. Those doctors will soon have you in that heli and sort you out. No drama.
I'm lacking out. I'm lacking out.
Mate, no chance. I'm getting some morphine into you. Stop that pain.
Briggsy, on your right. Tally right. He's too close, Briggsy. The pistol. Pistol. Good one.
John, mate, we're not going anywhere. We're here. We're here.
On DAB digital radio and satellite TV in the UK, online and on air around the world. This is BFBS Radio.
Last night in Afghanistan, British forces continued their military offensive against the Taliban. Over 3,000 British troops are currently taking part in Operation Condor. Their aim is to take control of the Taliban poppy-growing region in southern Afghanistan. The MOD's spokesperson, Major Jennifer Dufton, said that British ground forces were encountering small pockets of resistance, but that good progress was being made.
Yeah, right. Could make a puck sound good, that one. Good progress, my arse.
Flash, those blueies. Sit down and read them, will you? Check they're all from John's wife, or his mum and dad. If not, burn them.
The man's dead. It's not right.
I know. But do you really want his wife reading letters from some other woman? They could just be from his sister, but we can't take that chance, mate. It happened in Basra. A guy from A Company got killed. His wife got all his personal kit, and in there were a pile of blueies from some other woman. John's family have enough problems as it is. That goes for all of us, yeah? Let's get John's stuff sterile. If we see anything dodgy, bin it.
Well, what about the mags? I've got here FHM, Zoo...
Cookhouse. Julie won't want those. Anyone know if he has any porn on his laptop?
Oh, well, I know he was making, like a music video, using all the film he'd been taking.
I'll check it out while you lot are on fatigues. Don't want Julie seeing us chewing up Taliban, neither.
He's dead. And for what? Jack, that's what. 3 days aggressive camping just to get a good kicking from the ragheads. We should have stayed and smashed them up big time. At least John would have died for something. Where are the pencil necks giving these orders? I didn't see any of them out there.
Yeah, probably sitting in those air-conditioned porta cabins in Kandahar. Never even been in the green zone. Why'd they whip us out, Toki?
D Company were getting hit big time last night. They needed all the attack helis in support up north. Once they've cleared and are holding their area, we'll be going out on the ground again.
Better, Ed. Making us look like right wimps.
Well, why ain't we got loads of helis and all the gears like the Yanks have got?
No money, I guess. Never is.
Stand by. Stand by. Firing.
Sounds like D Company's still getting smashed up.
Hey, Briggsy. Heard you did a touch of the old Kung Fu Panda with a tally before you head-jobbed him.
Yeah.
And? What happened?
No biggie.
Oh, yeah, right. Come on, cough up.
Well, I had an empty case stuck in the ejection opening, and as I was clearing it, this raghead was over the parapet, dragging me off. Had his hands around my neck, pulling me over. I was trying to get rid of him, but he was a big un. All I could hear was Toki yelling, "Pistol! Pistol!" I was flapping about so much I'd forgotten about it. Cheers, Toki.
No problem. Have a dig about for his laptop lead, will you?
So I reached down in my leg holster and jammed my pistol in his face, right into his mouth, and slotted him. Job done.
Nice one. Hey, mate, just think what would have happened if they had, you know, got you. We'd be watching you online getting your head cut off. Because you know they'll get one of us one day, don't you? They keep trying. I just hope it ain't me. Hey, Briggsy, you think they'll, you know, give you one before cutting you up?
You've been watching too much TV, mate.
I watched the thing about the ragheads playing rugby but on horses, using human heads instead of balls.
It's called buzkashi, and it's polo. They drag around a dead goat, or a Russian squaddie's head when they were giving them a kicking back in the 80s.
See, Briggsy, you were lucky, mate.
They won't stop until they do get one of us alive. If I get cornered, I'm going down fighting. No way are my parents going to see me ripped apart on a computer screen.
Hey, Briggsy, you gotta keep that as living history.
What?
Mate, your shirt. You're covered in tally blood. You gotta keep it as a memento.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, Briggsy, Sergeant Mackenzie will do fine, but I like your thinking.
Yes, Sergeant. Better his blood than mine, though, eh?
I'd say there's still some debate on that, son. Right, listen in. I want the whole platoon in the cookhouse now. Corporal Vinnie Backer, get them in gear, get them moving.
You've got a cynical mind, Toki. All those blueies are from Julie, right enough. Well, aside from the stock from Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie, of course. I never met Julie or the kids. But me and John, we're going to get our missus together after this, you know. On holiday. Tenerife. Si, throw those combats over. Look at the size of that waist. No wonder it was tough carrying all that lard onto the Mert heli, eh? Bet those doctors thought they'd never get airborne again.
Come on, let's go.
Right, listen in. Rifleman John Harwood is dead, but you lot are still alive. Look around you. Go on, look at each other. Remember what we were told before we came out here. 1 in 10 of us are going to be a casualty. But if we don't stay switched on and keep our minds in gear, the next casualty could be you or the very lad you're looking at now. Remember, it's our job to look out for each other. And to remember John, your mate. Remember all of them who've died. All of them who are now in wheelchairs. Because none of those pencil necks in the real world will. And this time next year they'll be wetting themselves over Beckham's new haircut, Jordan's latest tit job, and Jamie Oliver reinventing toast. There's no point getting angry about it, that's just the way it is. Even Iraq is a distant memory for them. It's up to you to keep our guys' memory alive. And to do that, you gotta stay alive. So keep switched on and look out for each other. It's your job. To Rifleman John Harwood. John.
John. Sergeant Mackenzie does his toast every time the battalion loses a lad. This is number 14 and it's only 3 months into the tour. Good job we don't do it for the wounded or we'd be out of beer by now. Not that it's real beer, of course. Non-alcoholic Heineken is the closest we get. Mackenzie sounds harsh, but the man's gleaming. It's his job to grip us. He's got to keep us together to stop anyone falling apart over John or anyone else getting zapped. Or worse than that, getting blown up and going home with no legs. Everyone's scared of Mackenzie. To Mackenzie, we're all dickheads, but the thing is, we're his dickheads. He always sticks up for us, even if we've cocked something up. Last week, he punched another sergeant from HQ company for picking on one of the platoon. See, that's the sort of dad I would have liked. Well, I suppose I got one for now, haven't I?
Briggsy! Stand still.
Yes, Sergeant?
What's wrong with your leg?
Oh, it got cut up a bit last night.
You seen the medic?
No, Sergeant, it's no big...
Wind your neck in. Who do you think you are, Schwarzenegger, the Terminator?
No, Sergeant.
Correct. So get hobbling over to the medic centre. Get corporal rank and sort it out. Now!
Right, get your combats off, then on the bench, on your stomach. How did you do it?
Dunno. Must have cut my leg during the contact last night. Emma? You really like the chili peppers?
Well, I'd rather have one of them lying half naked in front of me than you.
Ah!
Hold still. That is not your leg.
Oh, no, that hurts. Oh!
Get a grip. Keep still. That is no cut either. I think we can safely say, David Briggs, you have been well and truly shot in the arse.
No, you're joking. Was there a bullet in there?
No, it's just nicked you. Here, have a look in the mirror. I'll hold it up for you. See how it just went in and out in less than, what, a centimetre?
Oh, no. Oh, don't tell anyone. It's not exactly war-y, is it? I'll get our time from the lads.
And just remember, it's when the guys are being nice to you, that's when you need to worry.
Yeah, but really, you won't tell anyone we are.
Oh, I couldn't be that cruel. Now, lay still and let me clean this thing up and close the holes.
Oh.
Well, we don't want to get in septic, do we? Just think of the hard time you get for that.
Oh.
Keep still. Keep still. I'm just going to have to put a couple of sutures in.
Emma. The body bag. Is that John?
We haven't been able to fly him out yet. No spare helis. They're still all up with D Company.
Can I see him?
What for? You know what happened. You were there.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. It was dark.
No. Besides, I haven't hosed him down yet. Remember him as he was, that's best. I heard that one of them tried to take you last night.
Oh, yeah.
I heard you shot him in the face. Sounds very frightening. I'm pretty full on for a guy who's only been here 3 weeks. You okay?
Yeah, it's what I get 1,800 quid a month for, isn't it?
Well, seeing as you're the new boy, and you've just had quite a major experience, and you can't run away because your combat's around your ankles, you are now going to get the potted post-traumatic stress disorder lecture. Oh, so you know all about PTSD, do you, Sigmund Freud?
Who? That the Doctor in the Training film?
So, what are the symptoms then?
I don't know, just like loads of nightmares and stuff.
Yep, nightmares, anxiety, mood swings. What else do you know?
Dunno. Can't really remember. I fell asleep, she'd just finished training and I...
Well, it normally takes years to develop. But then you could be out of the army, married with kids. Guys with PTSD can have problems with alcohol and or drugs. Sometimes they can't communicate with loved ones and can get violent against them. And there can be sexual problems.
Ooh, can't wait.
Or just a general feeling of isolation, as if no one understands. I'm sure you'll be fine. It's just a small percentage of people who develop PTSD. But what should you do if any of those symptoms start happening to you?
Go and get help.
Correct.
But not from you.
Correct again. So, if you start to feel any of those symptoms, ever, you go and see a doctor and tell them you were here. Guys hit by PTSD are casualties of war, just like John. It's a normal reaction to an abnormal experience. There's even an American general with it.
Nah, you're joking.
No joke. You heard of the Falklands War? It was years ago, early 80s.
Yeah, I do. I know a lot about it.
I bet you don't know that since that war, more guys have committed suicide as a result of having PTSD than the 255 guys that were killed in action.
Yeah, I'm not a jellyhead, I'm alright.
I know, but it's my job to make sure you lot know. Right, you are done. You can get dressed. 7 days light duties and antibiotics.
No, but what if we're sent back out? I'll be stuck here.
Not my problem.
No, but...
Don't care. 7 days light duties and I want you back here tonight after you've showered and had scoff. And go easy. I want to check those sutures are still in place.
Yeah, you just want to see my arse again.
Your arse looks like a rancid badger's right now. Believe me, nobody's going to want to see it.
You're not going to tell anyone, are you?
I took the Hippocratic Oath.
What? Whenever you get any free time, in between being on patrol and fatigues, there's only one thing to do. Get down the cookhouse for a brew. I reckon the army will grind to a halt without tea. Even our ration packs have enough brew kit in them to supply all the Queen's garden parties put together. The cookhouse is the centre of our world. As well as a brew on, 24/7 of course, we get fed there, but more importantly, it's where the telly is. BFBS, it's like the Forces TV and radio stations, beaming the soaps, news, music channels, and even better, football. There's always lads sitting about in the cookhouse day or night, just hanging around, having a brew, chatting, watching telly, or reading all the 3-week-old newspapers or magazines lying about. This FOB, Forward Operating Base, is where my rifle company is based.
Stand by, firing.
It's just a big square fort, really, a bit like the US cavalry outpost from the westerns I used to watch on Sunday afternoons. Only, instead of wood, they're made of Hescos. Hescos are massive. They're drum-shaped sandbags with a wire frame. They're as tall as me. The engineers fill them with sand and stack them up to make the FOB's perimeter walls, and then they make buildings with them inside the FOB for protection against IDFs. That's indirect fire, rocket or mortar attacks. And we don't actually sleep in the HESCO buildings, we sleep in tents surrounded by HESCOs. It'd be too hot otherwise. This isn't Kandahar. There's no air conditioning here. We don't hardly get any plugs either. We use solar power monkeys to keep our iPods and laptops charged up. It ain't like there's a shortage of sun, you know what I mean? We're in the middle of a desert with nothing around us for miles. It's all generators, water wells and powdered milk. But you know what? It's great. I love it. I even get 30 minutes of free phone calls home every week.
Who sits on 2 hours?
Oh, it's not good, mates. Women ain't going to be impressed with that war wound.
Guinness Book of Records for you, mate.
Leave it out.
Too late. She was straight on the radio.
Hey, suppose you're going to be using twice as much bog paper now.
Yeah. Just you wait till you
Whoa!
get the war wound.
Quiet! Everyone!
The nightclub staff allowed her to get too drunk, and so she was unable to control her habit. She's said to be considering legal action against the nightclub owners. Last night, another soldier was killed in southern Afghanistan. The latest British casualty died from wounds sustained during a clash with the Taliban. Now, have you ever heard a dog talk? We think we found one in Southampton.
That's it. Well, John's in bits and that's all he's worth. Shoved between a slapper and a dog. Don't they get what's going on out here?
Of course not, mate.
What do they think's happening? Patting kids on the head and giving out sweets. That's all he's worth. 10 poxy seconds.
What government would want people to know what's going on out here?
They want them to see the sweets and the smiling Afghans. They don't want to see us digging a hole and burning a lad's foot when eventually we found it 2 days after his body'd been sent back home. Not good PR, mate. I can understand that.
You just got to get used to it, lads. Same as Basra. No one understands because they don't really know.
They don't want them to know.
Yeah, Mackenzie got that about right this morning.
That's right, Briggsy. I always do. That's why it's Sergeant Mackenzie to you.
Yes, Sergeant.
So, seeing as you're always talking out your backside, are we all now going to hear twice as much verbal diarrhea from you? Listen then, one and order. We're going back into the zone and finish the job. Orders at 1800 and no move before 2000. All fatigue parties to have their jobs done before midday scoff, so we have the afternoon to get prepped up. Let's go!
Sergeant?
No, Briggsy. Get yourself fit. Then we'll get you back on the ground. Don't worry, you still got another 3 months to go yet, mate.
Yes, Sergeant.
Now get out there and burn those turd drums. We don't want yesterday's scoff floating about in them for too long, do we? Cookie might want to recycle. Hey.
See the faces of those Yanks in here last week? When they saw we had oil drums to dump into, they couldn't believe it. But they get proper portaloos with like soft toilet paper and little Andrex puppies running around.
Yeah. But they don't get extra pay to burn them out. 35 quid extra a week. Happy days.
How much you got saved up for your deposit now?
Just on 2.5 grand. It's going to have the lot. Black metallic, 18-inch alloys, tinted windows, LEDs, and the biggest woofer banging it out of the Peckham has ever heard. Love it!
You'd be better off buying second-hand. They lose the value, new ones, as soon as you buy them.
Oh, don't care. I want that new car smell and all the gear. I'm even getting a big shiny badge on the back. Ford Focus ST. Sweet! Oi, Si, what colour's your new sofa gonna be?
That's what happens when you get married. You sign up to a new boss, IKEA.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Si?
Yeah. And I've got tons of kit to get. Sofa, leather chairs, and I want to get a proper cot for the baby.
Oh, see, 19 and under the thumb already.
Mate, I had to get married before coming out here, didn't I? Jakob's only 6 months old. What's going to happen if I get zapped and we ain't married? Anna will go back to Poland and the boy won't never have my name. I had my mum's name because she never married my dad. That ain't happening this time.
Still got a picture inside your helmet.
Yeah, and the boys too.
What are you saving for, Flash?
Not saving, mate, surviving. I keep telling you, lads. There's a recession on out there. I'm here to help out my boys. Joe's getting married next year and Sam's got the world's biggest student loan. I'm definitely going regular after this. Get the kids sorted and get me and the missus a nice married quarter. Very happy days.
Nice one.
You know what? I don't mind being the oldest rifleman on the planet and you lads giving me a hard time. It's 10 times better than doing jack back home, having to beg for money from the social. Getting redundant has done me a favour. I like it here.
Thought I had it bad being binned from the burger bar after a week. Couldn't work the till properly. That's why I joined the army. No one else wanted me.
Mate, know the feeling.
I like being here too. Feels like something special, you know? Something that no one else will ever know about because they won't ever be here.
Oi, Richard and Judy, you's finished or what? Let's get on with it. There's still 2 more drums to do. It's nearly scoff time.
Right, Si.
Oi, Cookie, what we got?
2 choices. Have it or leave it.
One thing we have got better than the Americans is food. We get ration packs to eat in the FOB like them, but the difference is we have cooks that actually cook them up for us. Old cook here can work wonders with a bag of powdered egg and a tin of stewed beef. We also get fresh flown in, stuff like spuds, bacon and fresh fruit from time to time. On the other hand, we don't get fridges like the Yanks do. Sometimes you could murder your granny for a can of cold Coke.
Hands! Wash your hands!
British soldiers must have the cleanest hands of any army. Vomiting and diarrhoea spread so fast the whole company would go down if it's not gripped. It's funny really, seeing as the rest of us is in rag order, sweating so much our clothes stick to our skin and caked in dust like we've gone 10 rounds of a giant bottle of brown talcum powder, but our hands are spotless. We are made to wash them every chance we get, and always before eating or after having a dump. We get 1 shower a day for exactly 3 minutes. 1 minute soak, 1 minute soap, 1 minute rinse. But it's our clean hands that matter most. Well, the system seems to be working so far. The company hasn't had an outbreak of the squirts and burps since the lads got out here.
Hands! Hands!
Rumour control says that the sergeants have got a bet on between them about whose platoon is going to get the squirts first, and Mackenzie is definitely not going to be the one to lose that. One of the things I love about the army is the queuing system. I get to go to the front.
Mince and spuds, mate.
Cheers. Us riflemen get fed first, then NCOs like Mackenzie, and then the officers, like, they get fed last. When it comes to food and kit, the lads come first. Well, at least there's one advantage to being low life.
And a bit of the evil green stuff?
Yep, bung it all on, mate. Everything's plastic. Plastic plates and cups, plastic knives and forks, so everything could be chucked in the bin liners after every meal. It's cleaner that way. And it all goes to help Mackenzie win that bet. Just like the toilet waste, all the used plastic is burnt. Ooh. Greenpeace would do their nuts if they saw the black smoke coming out of here. Mind you, if they want to worry about plastic, there's a lot worse here for them to worry about. The plastic high explosive the tallies use to make IEDs. That stands for improvised explosive devices, and they seriously do a lot of damage. The battalion has had more lads killed by IEDs than getting zapped.
Spotted dick for afters.
Ah, bet you say that to all the lads.
Oh, yeah, good one. Very original. Do you want some or what?
Yeah, of course. I think about IEDs a lot. These things are just out there, dug in the ground, waiting for you to drive over them or step on. It's like you have no control, no choice. You can't even fight back. But it's not just tally IEDs that blow us up. There's also the Russian mines too. They were buried here years ago, before I was born. We call them legacy mines. Not that it matters who laid them and when. All that matters to us is there's thousands of them out there just a couple of inches under the ground, and no one knows exactly where they are. Except, I suppose, some old Russian back in Moscow with the world's biggest map of Afghanistan stuck full of drawing pins. It's not just us who gets hit by them, but the civvies too. Shed loads of kids have been blown up when they're just playing about in the fields.
Not bad. Not as good as my dad's mince, though. He makes the best.
Your dad cooked them for
us? Yeah, better than me mum, even the missus. He does roast beef with big fat Yorkshires every Sunday.
Oh, I never saw my dad cook. I never saw him do anything, really. He legged it before I started school.
Yeah? He was in the Falklands, wasn't he?
Yep.
What was he in, mate?
Guards. Oh, the guards. Left, right, left, right, left, right.
Shut up, Si, dickhead.
I don't remember anything about him, really. Except that he was always drunk. Well, that's what my mum says. He used to come home from the pub, slap her about, and then disappear for days on end. My mum reckons the day she did a running with me was the best day of her life. I don't think so, though. She still gets upset about it.
Harsh, mate. Harsh.
Oh, poor little Briggsy.
Nah. I said it's alright. Mum got a job in a biscuit factory and we moved to a different estate.
Did your mum help you with your reading then?
No. She didn't really notice. She was out working so much. She sort of feels guilty now, like it's her fault I'm in the army. The schools weren't any help. I didn't even know I was dyslexic until I joined up. I thought I was just thick. Well, I am.
You're not, mate.
Yeah, I know. Just a reading age of 11. Ain't good though, is it?
How's the coursework going? Those educators squaring you away?
Yeah, they told me they're going to grip it. Got loads of homework. Toki's still giving me a hand.
Good news. Listen, if you need any more help, give us a shout. Whatever you need.
Oh, thanks, Flash. But I'm doing alright. You know what? Joining up was the best thing I've ever done. Getting educated, being out here, doing the business.
If I hadn't joined up, I reckon I'd be in prison by now. That's where most of me mates are.
Seriously?
Yeah. We were always getting into trouble. Just for stupid stuff. Like shoplifting, nicking cars, nothing serious. But then I started, getting pissed off with the lads who had new cars, motorbikes, stuff like that. So I started to kick them in instead of nicking them. Smash people's shops up just because they had stuff and I didn't. So I ended up in a detention centre down near Portsmouth when I was 16. Soft in the head or what? Joining up was a good move, you know what I mean?
You know, the paper's really getting me ticking. The way they go on about hoodies and how all you kids are the scum of the earth. But you know, they never write about teenagers like you two, or my boys. You lot have all bothered to get your finger out your arse. Make a go of life.
Hey, Briggsy's got 2 fingers out of his.
Oh, leave it outside.
God. You were lucky last night, Briggsy. And just think, what if that bullet had gone just a bit the other way? That would have been the end of your wedding tackle. And mate, what if it had gone any higher? It would have zapped your spine and you could be in a wheelchair for life. I mean, what if,
I haven't really thought about it.
Well, we are all pleased you're not dead. Or being tortured by some drugged-up tally right now.
Mate, you are lucky.
Yeah, anyway. Anyone know why Toki joined up?
Probably just wants to fight like all the Fijians. For him, this is recreation. He'll be in the army for the full whack. All the Fijians say they're staying in.
Welfare phone's back on.
Ah, oh, brilliant. Gonna phone that bird of yours.
Yep. See ya.
Oh, thank God you're okay. I saw the news last night and when you didn't call, I got so worried. You know what I'm like, thinking the worst.
Mum, I keep telling you, I can't call when something happens. They cut the phones off until the family of the dead guy know he's dead. Someone might phone the papers or whatever to try and make a few bob. The family needs to know first, don't they? But as soon as they're working again, I call, don't I? Make sure you know I'm okay.
Yeah, you're a good boy. You're all right, and that's all that matters. Well, I don't know what I'd do if anything would happen. I sit and watch the news every day, smoking myself to death, just praying.
Mum, I'm fine, don't worry. I'm the new boy, they won't even let me out the camp yet. Listen, I've been thinking about Dad.
What? He been writing to you? What does he want? Money? You tell him to keep away from us.
No, he hasn't written, but...
I ain't having him nowhere near us. He didn't lift a finger to help us, why should we get involved with him now? What has he done to...
No, but Mum, I think he needs help. I think you should...
Don't think anything about him. He's a drunk who never cared about us. Why should I worry about him? I have you to worry about.
Mum, I've been learning about PTSD. You know, combat stress. I think he might have it because of the Falklands stuff.
Listen to me. I don't want to talk about him no more, and I don't want you even thinking about that man.
No, but Mum, just call him, tell him to go see a doctor.
Why are you dragging all this up? What have I done to deserve this? Haven't you given me enough to worry about? Are you calling just to get me even more upset? It's no fun back here, you know. You'll think it's all just...
No, I know it's hard, Mum, but I'm just saying...
I tried my best to bring you up good. I know I wasn't there all the time, but that's because that bastard didn't lift a finger to help us. I know I should have done...
Oh, no, Mum, it's all right. You've done good. I like the army. I'm sorry. Forget it. Listen, I'll call you in a couple of days because I've only got a couple of minutes left for this week on my phone card, so... Do you have any porn?
No. Well, yes. Video of some contacts, a couple of pics of dead Taliban, and some of Julie. Just in stockings, that sort of stuff. I hate this job.
I can't stay here all week, Toki. I want to be out there with you lot. Can't you talk with Sergeant Mackenzie, please?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. I just don't want to be left behind. The last thing I want is time on my own to think.
You mean about last night?
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think I just got lucky last night. I mean, what if I got taken or got a round in my spine, you know, the rest of my life in a wheelchair? Like Si said, it feels worse than getting chopped up. I'm just worried I might get out of there next time and think too much and start flapping about. You know what I mean?
Right, first thing, get that kid off and washed and get yourself scrubbed too. You don't need the smell of blood on you for a start.
It's not that, mate. I'm more scared I'll let everyone down. Do you know what I mean? I just want to get out there and not think too much about it.
Sounds normal to me. All you have is self-doubt because it's all new and different, that's all.
I don't see any of you Fijian lads being scared of anything.
Everyone is at some time. Anyone who says they have never been scared is either a liar or has a screw loose in the head. My first kill was in Basra. I was 18 too. We were on a strike op, hitting some houses right in the city centre. I got upstairs when a guy came out of nowhere with a knife, big butcher's one. He jumped me before I could get my 80 up. We fell down the stairs fighting. I could smell his breath. I can remember his spit spraying in my face. He kept screaming as he tried to stab me with his knife. His eyes were really wide, like a madman's. I had one hand trying to stop the knife going into my face, while I tried to get my bayonet out with the other.
Why didn't you give him the good news with your pistol?
We didn't all have pistols then. All I could do was keep headbutting him, but he wouldn't give up. I got my bayonet out and managed to stab him about 4 or 5 times in the neck. He died on top of me. I was soaked in his blood. Like you said, it was mostly down to luck. I started to worry that maybe I wouldn't be quite so lucky next time around. And that starts to do your head in after a while. I kept worrying that I might let everyone down, or worse, end up getting one of my mates killed. You know, I still think of that Iraqi now and again. Usually when I smell blood or cigarette breath. But you know how I get over that fear?
How?
I say to myself, bollocks.
What? That it?
That's all you need. Look, I am a soldier, right? And as the saying goes, you choose your branch, you take your chance. It's not for everyone, but everyone doesn't have to be here, do they?
Yeah,
And so, bollocks to it. When I'm out there, and it's all kicking off, I reckon I'm probably dead anyway, so anything I do to stop that from happening to me or my mates is a bonus. Do you get it?
Suppose so.
Listen, I know you won't lose your nerve because you want to stay alive. You have proved that. Plus, you know you've got an even bigger responsibility to keep your mates alive, and I know you would never let them down, would you?
I hope not.
Listen, you'll be all right. You haven't sent a bluey to your mum this week, so let's see how your handwriting's improved. Then we'll do a bit of that coursework. Maybe then I'll think about talking to the sergeant.
You know what? I think I'll write to my dad instead. It'll be the first time. But there's something important he needs to know. Oh, there's going to be a few words I learnt today that I can't spell. Dear Dad, I don't know your postcode, but reckon this should get you okay. Because me and Mum haven't seen you for years, you probably don't know that I'm in the army now. Well, the bluey gives it away, I suppose. I'm in Afghanistan and got just over 3 months left. I'm in the rifles, as it happens, not the guards. Mum's okay. She just worries a lot. Anyway, Mum told me that when you were in the Falklands, you were on a ship attacked by RG planes. She said the ship got blown up and lots of your mates got burnt really bad and some of them died. Maybe why everything went pear-shaped between you and Mum afterwards is because you have post-traumatic stress disorder. Dad, PTSD is something that loads of soldiers get, but the doctors can help you. Just go and see one. Please. I can't believe you told him.
Oh, did I? Can't remember. That's what you get for having a go at my music. Right, on the bench.
That was bad. What about your hippie oath thing?
Well, I haven't taken an oath, you nugget. I'm a medic, not a doctor. Besides, you can't blame me. It was just too good not to.
I do blame you. I've been ripped apart all day.
Well, tough. The deed is done. Now, let's have a quick look. How's it been?
Fine now. I reckon it's better. Ah!
Yeah, right.
No, it is.
Well, at least there's no weeping. Healing well. I'll just give it another quick clean.
Well, can you tell Sergeant Mackenzie I'm good to go then? It would make up for you making me look like a right idiot.
Your trouble is you've just no sense of humour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's just a laugh a minute being known as the man who needs 2 lots of bog paper. Talk to Sergeant Mackenzie for me, please.
We'll see. There, you're done.
Ah. John.
What about him?
Can I see him? He must have been cleaned up by now.
Are you sure that's what you want?
Yeah. Quick goodbye before he goes.
Don't worry. He will look a lot cleaner by the time his family gets to see him. They'll put makeup on him and wash his hair. He should get to Kandahar tonight. He'll be back home soon. First body you've seen?
Well, one of us. Tallies don't count, do they?
Not good, is it? You all right?
Yeah. He doesn't really look like John anymore, does he?
Nope. You sure you're okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I don't think I can go on looking at dead soldiers much longer.
I thought you'd be used to it by now.
I am TA, and this is my 3rd and final tour, Briggsy.
What, you getting some of those symptoms you told me about then?
No, of course not. I'm a paramedic back home. I have seen more blood and guts than you ever will. But you know what? This is different.
Different?
Because I know John. I've known all of them. I know each and every guy stuffed in one of these body bags. And each and every guy who arrives here without an arm or leg. I live with you lot. Eat scoff with you, laugh with you. Even use the same drums as you. You know what? Bring on Glasgow's house fires, car crashes, and the Saturday night stabbings. If I can't save them, then at least I haven't been mates with them. That'll be for John. The rest will be here soon to get you lot back out in the ground.
Talk to Sergeant Mackenzie, Emma. Please.
Hello?
Hey, it's me. Listen, I'm sorry about the call.
That's all right. I know I get a bit worked up sometimes. But, you know, being on my own and all that.
Look, Mum, I think we need to have a straight-up talk. I don't blame you for me being in the army. I chose to be here. It's what I want.
Oh, I know, but I just worry so much.
Mum, I like being a soldier. Nobody made me join the army. Now, I don't like it anymore. I'll get out. I'm a man now, Mum. Proud of myself. I'm not somebody in detention. You've done a brilliant job. You know that, didn't you?
I tried so hard. It's just that it felt you left me because I didn't do enough for you when you was younger. I wanted to be there, but
Mum, it's okay. I know. You should be proud of what you've done for me. I am. Listen, everything is good. We're okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's good, because I got to tell you stuff. I have written to Dad.
Oh, David.
Mum, if you can't help him, I got to. He needs help, Mum. That's why I wrote to him, Mum. You understand? Mum. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. You've always been a good boy. I just miss you. It's not easy being on my own. Sometimes I even miss your dad. Even when he was being a bastard, at least he was here.
No, I know you miss him, Mum. I know.
We used to love dancing. Disco mad we was. It was a right John Travolta.
Well, I bet both of you looked a right nightmare in your flares and platforms.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Mum, the car's going to run out soon. I can't call for the next 4 or 5 days, so don't worry if you don't hear from me.
What's happening? You doing anything dangerous?
No, Mum, it's all right. I just have to make a new phone card, that's all.
I love you.
Me too, Mum. But... well, I've got to get a grip. Mackenzie has said yes, I can go. The trouble is, it don't feel exciting anymore like the way it did. I'm not sure I can hack it. I want to be a soldier. But now, despite all that stuff I just said to Mum, I'm just not sure I'm good enough to be one.
They still have us cut off. We can't make the RV. Over.
Roger that. What's your location? Over.
We are 400 north of Poppyfield Alpha, in the middle of the maze for cover. Ammo state is low, we have nothing for the 80s and about half a mag each left on our pistols. Over.
Roger that. 2 attack helicopters are on the way. Stand your ground. We will get you out. Just stand your ground. Good luck. Out.
There's 2 Apaches coming.
They're getting closer, mate.
They're just firing into nothing. Trying to flush us out.
Well, they will soon. It's nearly first light.
How are we going to stand our ground until the Apaches get here?
Mate, we've got no ammo.
Okay, listen in. Soon as it's light enough to see where we're going, we move to the edge of the maze and take cover in the ditch that runs in the open ground. That way the Apaches can get hosing the fields down without us standing in the middle of them. Any questions?
I've only got 4 rounds left, that's it. What happens if we bump them on the way out?
Fix bayonets.
I've never done it before. Not in real life.
Check they're on tight.
Mate, we're outnumbered. There's shed loads of them out there.
If we move through the maze slowly and quietly, we shouldn't bump any of them. But if it kicks off, we'll just take them one at a time. That's right, isn't it, Briggsy?
Yeah.
In here, they're going to have to be within a meter or so before they see you. And when they do, you've got to be quick. Remember, grip the weapon. Get your body behind it, butt tucked in under the arm, ram that lump of metal into him before he has a chance to do anything to you. Aim for the center of what you can see of him. His bones and kit will resist a little, so keep your body behind the weapon. Take him down. Leave him dead or alive and just keep moving on. Fight your way out of the field and RV in the ditch.
It's first light, Toki.
You ready?
Ready.
Ready, Briggsy?
Ready.
Single file. Behind me.
Contact right!
Out of ammo! RV! Get to the RV!
Man down! Man down!
Keep moving! He's dead!
They're all around us! Briggsy, left! Tally, left! Oh no! Take him, Briggsy! You've got to take him! What are you doing? Leave him, come on! I can't get it out! Stop! Together! Pull! Run, Briggsy! Run! Where's Toki? Keep going! Do as he said, the RV! There's the ditch! We made it.
Where's Toki?
Look, edge of the maze, half left, he's carrying flash.
Oh, he's still alive.
Toki, quick! Over here!
Whoa!
Toki! Hellies!
There's 4 of them, all around him. What do we do? What do we do?
shooting? That's because they're trying to take him alive. They've got Flash. They got Toki. They're dragging him back into the maze. Look, where are you going? You know, we only got bayonets. Bollocks! It was like my head knew what my body wanted to do, and it just sort of happened. Like I was an autopilot or something. I didn't even know if Si was with me. I was just in my own little world. I couldn't even hear myself screaming properly. Everything was sort of muffled. Toki was fighting them off like a madman, trying to stop them dragging Flash away. It was like all that mattered was getting Flash and Toki back, nothing else. I had to get amongst it. I had to help them. I couldn't have stopped myself even if I wanted to.
Confirm T2 Tango 2 casualty. We are in the ditch that cuts the open ground 400 north of Poppyfield Alpha. Over.
I can't feel my leg.
You're alive. That's all that matters, Flash.
Roger that. Keep it light for 10. Melt is on its way. They'll lift you all out. Well done. Out.
I thought you were dead.
So did I. I blacked out when I got zapped. Next thing I knew, Toki was there.
Just making sure you were dead.
We made it. We all made it!
Happy days.
Hello, ground call sign. This is Mert. With you in 2. Over.
Roger that. Land on my blue smoke. Over.
On blue, roger that. Out.
Hey, Flash. Doctor's nearly here, mate. You'll be in the hospital with that gammy leg of yours within the hour.
Briggsy.
What?
Mark us up so the helis don't land on top of us. Throw blue about 20 meters away from the ditch. You know what those RAF are like.
Okie dokie tokie. It's funny how these things turn around. You think you haven't got it, and then you find out you have. When the tally started dragging Toki and Flash back into the maze, it was like it was my time to prove I had what it takes. I killed 2 of them, side dropped 1, and the last one did a runner. I'd done my job. Good style. Big relief. Even bigger that I'm still alive to think about it. I don't feel good or bad about killing anyone. It's just me or him, really. And the day I don't like it, well, I stop doing it. Suppose that makes me a real soldier.
Hey, Briggsy! I was right, wasn't I? You did good back there.
Well, looking at the way you was mincing about with those tallies, thought you could do with the help. Besides, I had to help me mate Sat, didn't I? At me die!
Briggsy!
These things are just out there, dug in the ground, waiting for you to drive over them or step on. It's like you have no control, no choice. You can't even fight back.
Do not ever forget David Briggs. Briggsy lived and died a soldier, doing a job he loved. Soldiers don't fight for queen or country, they fight for each other. It's the job of a soldier to kill the enemy, and if that means getting killed in the process, so be it. Briggsy knew the risks. He knew those mines were out there. Who cares what the pencil necks in the real world think about war or what we do? It's what we think that matters. We are our own tribe, and Briggsy was one of us. Do not pity Briggsy. He doesn't want or need our pity. Let's remember him for what he was, a professional soldier. It's a rifleman, David Briggs. Briggsy.
Briggsy.
Whoa! Quiet! Everyone!
And now for the headlines once again. Britney Spears publicly denies rumors that she is to marry. A new medical report from California says that smiling may help you to live longer. Last night, another soldier was killed in southern Afghanistan. And now for weather.
Dad? I'm I'm also writing to say I want to come and see you, if that's all right. I'll bring some pictures with me in uniform. You got any in yours? Then, maybe, when you're feeling better, I could have a chat with Mum and see if she wants to come too. We both miss you. Well, it's a short one, Dad, as I've got stuff to do, but please go and get help. If you like, you can write to me on a bluey from the post office. I'd like that. I'll write soon anyway and see how you're getting on and tell you what it's like here. Your son, Rifleman David Briggs.
In Last Night, Another Soldier by Andy McNAB. Rifleman David Briggs was played by Russell Tovey and Corporal Toki Vunibaka by Damien Lynch. Sergeant Mackenzie was played by Stephen Hogan, Rifleman Cy Preston by Lloyd Thomas, and Rifleman Flash Harris by Paul Ryder. Corporal Emma Rankin was played by Caroline Guthrie. Mum, Janice Aqua, and the newsreader by Matt Addis. The producer was Vernie Samuel.